welcome to my channel. Today I'm comparing 3 of my racing shoes to see which one comes out on top. The 3 shoes I'm comparing are Adidas Adios Pro 3s, the Asics Metaspeed Sky Paris, and the Nike Alphafly 3. I'm Anna and I'm running 7 days a week, preparing to break 3:04 at the London Marathon in 23 weeks. I'm running a lot of mileage, and for most of my workouts I'm using carbon-plated shoes and also for races. Alright, let's talk about something crucial when it comes to choosing your marathon shoe, the fit. Comfort is key, and nothing's more uncomfortable than running 26.2 miles in shoes that don't fit right. Just to give you a bit of context, I train daily in Topo and Ultra shoes. These brands are known for their wide toe box and foot-shaped design. Also, they are lower in heel-to-toe drop. I run in a size 7.5 US, and let's see how these shoes fit me. First up, the Adidas Adios Pro 3s. These run through to the size, so I'm running in a 7.5 US, which is 39 1/3 in Euro size. The toe box is spacious enough for me to keep my toes comfortable, even over long runs. No blisters, no issues, no hot spots. Next, the Asics Metaspeed Sky Paris. These actually run a little smaller and narrower than the Adidas. In my usual size, 7.5 US, my toes were almost touching the top, which isn't the ideal for marathon racing, so I went up to size 8 in US. That's 39.5 in Euro sizing. Even with a half size up, I had to adjust the fit using a heel lock lacing technique to prevent my foot from sliding around too much. Once I did that, they fit pretty comfortably, similar to the Adidas. Now let's talk about the Nike Alphafly 3s. These are by far the narrowest of the bunch. In my usual size of 7.5 US, my toes were literally pressing up against the front of the shoe. Even in size 8, when I was just walking around, I felt them jamming. So I went up to size 8.5 in US, which is size 40 in Euro sizing, and that gave me much more room up front. The fit is now solid and I can run without any discomfort in them. So if you are looking to buy a pair of carbon-plated racing shoes, my advice is, if you can, try them on in store before committing. If not, make sure you buy from a retailer that offers free returns so you can swap sizes if needed. Let's see how much they weigh. First, we check the Adidas Adios Pro 3. It's a size 7.5. It's 6.1 ounce. Next, the Asics Metaspeed Sky Paris. These are size 8, I believe. Size 8. Whoa! 5.2. And they have size bigger and still lighter. Okay, third one, the Nike Alphafly 3s in size 8.5, which fits me. See? 6.1. Same as the Adidas Adios Pro in size 7.5. So basically this one is a size bigger and still weighs the same as the Adidas. That's crazy. So this one was the lightest. Now let's talk about one of the most subjective factors, cushioning and bounce. These shoes all feel a bit different underfoot, and what works for one runner might not work for another. First up, the Adidas Adios Pro 3 uses carbon rods in the midsole, which gives a unique feeling of proportion. It feels plush and cushiony, so protects you well on the long distance. It has 6.5mm heel-to-toe drop, and the stack height is 39.5mm at the heel and 33 at the front. The Asics Metaspeed Sky Paris has a firmer feel and very responsive. I found these shoes handle sharp turns better than the others, probably because of the foam isn't as soft, plus the lower heel-to-toe drop gives me more stability, I think. A stack height is the same at the heel as the Adidas, so it's 39.5mm, but because of the lower drop, it's 34.5mm at the front. The Nike Alphafly 3, well, the ZoomX foam here is a real bouncy treat. It's super soft and cushioned, but it can feel a bit unstable for me on short turns. That said, it's perfect for the long straightaways. Its stack height is almost the same as the others at the heel. It's 39mm, but because of the bigger heel-to-toe drop, it's only 32mm at the front. So if you're someone who prefers a lower drop and firmer feel, the Asics are a solid choice. I'm used to running in lower heel-to-toe drop shoes, and probably that's why these feel the most stable for me. If you like a little more bounce and cushion for those long miles and prefer higher heel-to-toe drop, you might want to go with the Nike Alphafly 3 or a slightly lower heel-to-toe drop than the Adidas Adios Pro 3s. Now let's talk about price. As you might expect, these three are all premium options, but they vary a bit. It's December 2024 right now, and the prices are shifting, but here's a rough breakdown. So the Adidas Adios Pro 3 is the most affordable right now, especially since they released the Pro 4. So you can find them around $180, $200, or if you are lucky, then even for $120. The Asics Metaspeed Sky Paris comes in around $249, and the Nike Alphafly 3 is the most expensive, typically priced around $285. So if you are on a tight budget but still want a top-tier racing shoe, the Adidas is a great option. I still have 3 pairs and love using them for workouts. But if you are after the latest and greatest tech and the price isn't an issue, you might lean toward the Nike Alphafly 3s. Finally, let's talk about durability. Now, how well do these shoes hold up after miles and miles of pounding the pavement? I've put over 400 miles on the Adidas Adios Pro 3, including a marathon on a 100% gravel course. The wear on the sole is minimal and the foam still feels responsive, a solid choice for durability. As a reference, I weigh 110 pounds, around 110 pounds, and usually light on my feet. For the Nike Alphafly 3, I only done about 30 miles on them, including a 5K race on gravel. The sole is holding up well as expected, since the shoes are still new. I heard from others that it can hold up to 250 miles, which is pretty decent. As for the Asics Metaspeed Sky Paris, after 60 miles, I'm seeing more wear on the foam visible on the bottom. These are showing signs of use, but they are still feel great for the long runs. Since these are the lightest of the 3, I expect them to wear down faster and hopefully can get 150 miles from them. But stay tuned because I'm going to update as I use them more and get more miles on them. So to wrap things up, if you want the bounciest ride with the most cushion, a shoe that lasts for a good amount of miles and you don't mind spending top dollar, the Nike Alphafly 3 is your go-to. If you are looking for a great value with solid performance and durability, the Adidas Adios Pro 3 is a fantastic option, especially now with the price dropping and them being an older model. And if you are more on a stride runner and want a shoe with a lower heel-to-toe drop and excellent responsiveness, the Asics Metaspeed Sky Paris is worth checking out. As for me, if I could only choose one of these shoes, what would I go with? I've already ran 2 marathons in the Adidas Adios Pro 3s and I love them. But for my next race at the Las Cruces Half Marathon, I'm going to wear the Asics Metaspeed Sky Paris because of their slightly lower heel-to-toe drop, and somehow they just make me feel faster, maybe because they are very lightweight. If they work well on this half marathon, then could be a possible option to wear for the London Marathon for me. What do you think? Which ones are your favorite? Share your thoughts on these shoes as well as your own personal experiences with them in the comments below. Thank you for watching and don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel.